Have you ever noticed that no matter how much explicit content you watch, you feel less and less? You still want intimacy, but it's like the spark is gone. Your body responds slower, your mind drifts quicker, and what used to excite you now barely registers. You might chalk it up to age, or low testosterone, or stress. But what if the real reason is something you do alone, in front of a screen? Millions of older men are unknowingly trapped in a cycle that quietly numbs their desire and rewires their brain. They think they're staying active, staying normal, staying in touch. But in reality, their brain is slowly losing touch with real pleasure, real connection, real intimacy. It doesn't happen all at once. It's subtle, invisible. Until one day you realize you can get aroused, but you can't feel. If you've ever asked yourself, why don't I enjoy it like before? This video might hold the answer you've been looking for, because the truth is, it's not about shame. It's not about blame. It's about understanding what's happening inside your brain and how you can take back control. I'm Dr. Lily Anderson, a men's health specialist with over 20 years of experience helping men over 60 navigate the quiet, complicated changes that come with aging, especially in their intimate lives. I've worked with thousands of men who felt confused, frustrated, even ashamed, because something just didn't feel the same anymore. The desire was there, but the connection, the spark, was missing. And more often than not, the cause wasn't what they expected. It wasn't aging or hormones. It was something much more silent and far more common. In this video, I'll walk you through what really happens to your brain and your body when you rely too much on porn, even casually. I'll also show you how just a few small changes can help you reconnect with real desire again, naturally, gently, and without judgment. If you've been feeling numb, distant, or disconnected, you're not alone, and this might be the step that brings you back. Let's start with something simple, but powerful. For just 7 days, I want you to take a break from all explicit content. No videos, no graphic images, no fantasy scripts, nothing that forces your brain into artificial overdrive. I know that might sound uncomfortable, even unrealistic. For some men, porn has been part of their routine for decades. But here's why this matters. Porn floods your brain with dopamine, the feel-good chemical responsible for motivation, anticipation, and reward. And the more intense the content, the more dopamine it releases. Over time, your brain starts adapting. It stops responding to normal levels of stimulation. This is called desensitization. You need more and more and more, just to feel something. And real life, real touch, real intimacy, it begins to feel flat, dull, or even frustrating. A 7-day break is like hitting reset on your brain's reward system. It gives your dopamine receptors a chance to recover. You may feel irritable at first, restless, even bored. That's normal. That's your brain recalibrating. But by day 4 or 5, many men begin to notice subtle shifts, a deeper sensitivity in their body, a return of morning wood, a flicker of interest in real human connection. 7 days won't change everything, but it can change the direction you're heading, and that's the first win. Here's something most men over 60 have never been told. Pleasure isn't just about stimulation, it's about attention. Your brain and body are wired to experience deep satisfaction when both are fully engaged in the same moment. Unfortunately, porn pulls your attention outward, to the screen, to someone else's body, to a fantasy. Your physical body becomes a background actor just going through the motions. And over time, that disconnection grows. So here's what I suggest. Try exploring your body without any visuals, without rushing, and without a goal. Turn off the screen. Turn off the noise. Just breathe. Slow down. Focus on touch, pressure, temperature, movement. Ask yourself, what feels good right now? Not what looks good, what feels good. This isn't about climax. It's about retraining your brain to tune in to your actual body, not a fantasy. Even 5 minutes a day of mindful touch can start to rebuild the brain-body link that porn weakened. And that link, that's where real desire lives. Many men believe their erection strength is all about testosterone or blood flow. That's partly true. But what's often forgotten, especially after age 60, is the muscle control behind it. There's a group of muscles deep in your pelvis called the pelvic floor, and one of the most important is the pubococcygeus muscle, or PC muscle. This muscle helps control your erection, your ejaculation, and even your orgasm intensity. And guess what weakens it? Sitting all day, chronic straining during bowel movements, and yes, excessive masturbation with tight grip or forced posture. The good news, you can train it back. Here's a simple Kegel breathing practice I teach many of my patients. Sit or lie down comfortably. Inhale slowly through your nose. As you exhale, gently contract the muscles you'd use to stop urine midstream. Hold for 3-5 seconds. Release and rest. Do this for 10 to 15 reps twice a day. As you get stronger, try holding for 8 to 10 seconds and syncing the contraction with your breath. Why the breath? Because it relaxes your nervous system, it grounds your attention in your body, and it allows your arousal system to flow instead of being stuck in tension or pressure. Most men report better control during intimacy, stronger, longer erections, and a deeper awareness of their body's signals. Your erection isn't just a blood issue, it's a muscle plus nerve plus attention issue. Kegel breathing helps bring all three back online. These 3 habits might seem simple, but when practiced consistently, they begin to rewire your pleasure pathways from the inside out. No pills, no shame, no pressure to perform, just your body, your breath, and your willingness to feel again. Eduardo was 68 when he came to my clinic. He looked like any other retired grandfather. Gray hair, kind smile, button-up shirt tucked into his pants. But behind his polite tone, I could feel the tension. "I don't know what's wrong with me," he said. "I still want intimacy. But when it comes time to feel, I feel nothing." He wasn't in pain. He wasn't on medication. His hormone levels were decent for his age. But when I asked him how often he was watching explicit content, he paused, then looked down. "Every night," he whispered. "Sometimes during the day, too. It started after my wife passed." It wasn't about lust. It was about loneliness and distraction, something to fill the silence. But over time, Eduardo noticed the excitement fading. Even the most intense content stopped affecting him. And when he tried connecting with someone new, emotionally or physically, his body stayed silent. So we made a simple plan. 7 days, no screens, no porn, just gentle breathing, light Kegel exercises. And if he felt the need for release, I asked him to focus only on sensation, not fantasy. By day 5, he sent me a message. "I felt a strange warmth in my chest today, like my body was remembering something. It wasn't even sexual, it just felt alive." By day 10, his morning erections returned. Not every day, but enough to make him smile. And when he eventually held hands with someone new, he told me, "I wasn't just pretending to feel close, I was close." For Eduardo, the goal wasn't performance, it was reconnection with his body, with his emotions, with real desire. His story is not unique, but his willingness to pause, to listen to what his body had been quietly whispering for years, is what made all the difference. Let's talk about something your doctor might never have explained. Why does porn, over time, make you feel less? The answer begins with dopamine, the chemical in your brain responsible for motivation, excitement, and reward. Every time you watch explicit content, your brain releases a surge of dopamine. That's what makes it feel thrilling in the moment. But here's the catch. The brain wasn't designed for constant high stimulation, especially not from images that grow more intense, more extreme, more graphic with every swipe or click. So the brain adapts. Your dopamine receptors start to downregulate. They become less responsive. It's like turning down the volume on your pleasure. This process is called desensitization. Over time, it takes more stimulation, louder, faster, rougher scenes to get the same level of excitement. And even then, it feels hollow. Now here's where it gets harder. Real intimacy. The kind you feel with a person through skin, scent, warmth, connection. It produces dopamine too, but at a much gentler, natural pace. If your brain is used to the loud, fast flood of porn, the soft whisper of real touch can't compete. It doesn't register. You may still get an erection, but the feeling isn't there. The spark is missing. This isn't about morality or weakness. It's about biology. Your brain was overstimulated, and now it's tired. But here's the good news. The brain can rewire. Just like it adapted to overstimulation, it can also recover sensitivity. When you take a break from porn, even for a few days, you give your dopamine receptors a chance to reset. You begin to feel more from less. You start noticing subtle sensations, the soft curve of touch, the warmth in your chest, the tingling in your fingertips. You're not broken. You're just numbed. And numbness isn't permanent. With small, consistent changes, your body and brain can remember how to feel again, not from a screen, but from life. If you've made it this far, I want you to hear something clearly. You are not too old. You are not too late. And you are not broken. Your body may have gone quiet, but it hasn't stopped listening. It's just waiting for you to give it something different, something real. You don't need to quit everything overnight. You don't need to be perfect. You don't even need to know exactly how this will turn out. You just need to start small. Try one thing this week. Take a 3-day break from all explicit content. Try 5 minutes of conscious touch with no goal. Do 10 gentle Kegel breaths while you drink your morning tea. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing extreme. Just a signal to your nervous system that you're ready to reconnect. Because real desire doesn't live in your screen. It lives in your breath, in your chest, in the quiet spark that's still flickering, even now. You didn't lose it. You just tuned it out. And the beautiful truth is, the moment you stop drowning it in noise, it starts whispering back. If this spoke to something inside you, I hope you'll leave a comment below. Even just a single word, start. You never know who else might be reading, waiting for a sign that they're not alone. And maybe your voice becomes that sign. If you're curious about how to rebuild your sensitivity, how to reconnect with your partner, or even just with yourself, I'm going to share more in upcoming videos. This is not a one-time fix. It's a path, a quiet, strong, beautiful one. And I'd love to walk it with you. So if this felt helpful, please subscribe. It lets me know you're here and that this work matters. And if you know a friend, a brother, a father, or anyone quietly struggling with disconnection, share this with them. It could be the moment that starts their healing. Your body still remembers, and together we can help it feel again. I'm Dr. Lily Anderson. Thank you for showing up for yourself today.